One today. I'm behind the camera. I've been told I need to show you my latest project, and I'm so proud to show you this. I always have told you, don't ever give up. Once you find your way with your hands, you'll be able to do anything. Now, I've shown you a few times, this is going to be, I'm on a tripod, but I've shown you a few times my miniature doll houses that I make on my TikTok lives. On my TikTok lives, we decided that I should find a big house, just the house, and build everything from scratch in it. So I found this big house at our local thrift store, and I thought, that's it. That's going to be our haunted style house. So I am so proud to show you my work on this. Now, it's only taken me 6 weeks on my TikTok lives. I've had to paint it. It came in that raw wood. I've had to paint it and make everything on it. I've got lights that work on it. There's 2 little coach lights. I'm going to have to play with this tripod through the... So there's a snake coming out that window up there because that's the teenage room. And inside that window is a snake tank. So there's another snake coming out the window. There's a skeleton over here. There's some coach lights that light up. This red box is the fake battery cover box. The battery pack is velcroed to the wall, so I can take it out if I need to change the batteries. And the skeleton. Now, of course, I didn't make the skeleton, but we did cut them and move them into places, or I did. And then Scylla was here the other week to help me because I've made all of these on my TikTok lives. I made the little letterbox with the letters coming out of it, and the roof. I've had black corrugated paper, so I've painted it silver, and Scylla helped me do the roof, and then I've put some guttering on the roof as well to make it look realistic. Now, I'll turn it around. Around the side here, I just grabbed a branch from outside and I put some of that air dry plant on, and this little brick block is another battery cover for the battery pack for the downstairs lights. Now guys, look at this. I made everything. I had to make everything, the scale of everything. I had to work it all out. I had to cut every bit of wood. I can move this bed. This is another fake thing that's covering a battery pack for the lights upstairs. Now, in the bathroom, let me show you sort of room by room. In the bathroom at the back, the bath, the sink, the drain pipe even, the scales and the toilet I made out of clay. Then the wire for the shower head. There's a ring for the shower curtain to go around. There's a towel in that corner. There's gross stuff in the toilet. There's gross stuff in the bin. And above the bin is toilet paper on a roll as well. And all the gross things in the bathroom. Now, my dolls were caught in a not too nice position, so we had to make a nursery. She fell pregnant. So that's the cot. I made the baby out of clay as well. I made the rocking chair, the rocking horse out of clay, and just put a curtain tassel as his tail and his hair. Just the nappies on the cabinet. The cabinet, the cot, I had to cut all the wood, all the pieces for everything. The baby bottle I made out of clay, and the blocks were just spare bits of wood, and the nappies were just a bit of white cloth rolled up to look like nappies, and then the teddy bear I made out of clay as well. In every kit that you get, if you have a bedroom, you have to make slippers, so we had to make the slippers either side of the bed. The flower pot I made out of clay. The table, I just had a wooden bead and a wooden round circle of a slice of wood that made the tabletops. The lights are just a hot glue pen that I coloured in and put the lights behind them so they glow through them. I made her glasses out of wire, and the roses were already made. Now on this corner, I made the rocking chair just out of all scraps of wood. A lot of the pieces in this kit were made out of the recycled bits from the outside of the frame of the house. The photo frames were all made out of scraps. I've put the ET spiral there, guys. ET as well know what that's about. So the rocking chair I made out of scraps of wood, just a bit of circle cardboard with that hessian stuff over the top for the hamper, and a clay pot again. Now, and the shelves, just scrap bits of wood and just some beads to look like bottles of perfume and scraps of chain for the jewellery. Now at the back, the teenage room, I had that plastic tombstone, so of course the bed had to be a coffin shape. Then the skull I had in a bag of plastic skulls. The wooden tabletop, I made the clock, the book, and put another little candle there. This is the snake tank. I've made the light in that snake tank red so it glows down. And that was just a necklace that I had in a bag of beads that looked like a snake figure as I put it down. The spider tank is just a plastic spider, scraps of wood around, plastic all around the scraps of wood, and that's on the end of the desk. The desk comes down this way. I had to make the desk out of the scraps of the outside of the house again. These corners out of, like, the windows, I had to pop the wood out. So I'll show you soon those bits of cornered wood have come in handy for shelves through the house too. I made the little office chair just out of wire and some foam. I also used the foam that came in the kit box as well for the chair and for the lounge chairs downstairs as well. Then here, I'll move this. We even made an Xbox and a TV. The Xbox controller, the Xbox, the TV cabinet and the TV were just made out of scraps of wood. The Xbox controller made out of clay, and then some CDs here as well, and just a bit of wire running to make it look realistic. The sofa lounge. So this is like a sitting room. So this is, once again, those corners of the windows, made the little corner tabletops. We made a remote and the candles. There's another light over there with just a pumpkin. Just a simple futon type lounge with just scraps of wood that I used. Then over here, look at this, guys. On the TV, it is an ET. And it didn't look like a TV, so I made a PowerPoint and ran a cord to the PowerPoint to make it definitely look like an ET, like a TV. But we've got the ET there and the ET on the other side. Above the teenage room, we've written that M word and the red handprint down the wall. And a clock up here, once again, out of those pieces of wood from the centres of the circles of the windows. So I'll just move you down, guys, and I'll show you the kitchen, dining room and lounge room. And I made all this from scratch. Remember, there was no instructions, there was no nothing. We had to think of it all, and we sure did. So over in the back, another one of those skeletons hiding behind the curtains. The curtains, I just found some scrap material at one of the thrift stores, and that made all the curtains. I thought that was a good material for this type of house. On the tabletop, once again, even these chairs, if you can see out the front here on the veranda rails, they made the chairs, the bits that come out of those veranda rails. On the table, there's the 6 candles. I had a string of 6 lights, so they went on the tabletop. And the 2 middle ones are sitting on skull heads with a spider in between those. The cauldrons at each setting have clay in them with bits of green wire for worms and little pearl beads for the eyeballs as well. Then the kitchen. So we'll have to do 2 sides. We've got the fridge with all rotten food in there, the clay little rat or whatever it looks like. The knives, the cutlery I had in a set, so I didn't have to make a lot of that. Some of it I did. I cut the knife and fork out of paper. I made these and put the wire up, made the calendar and made the little milk carton as well out of a paper cutout. The dishwasher, the mop and bucket, the mop end was just a tassel off a curtain. Then this side in the kitchen is the stove, and on top is the hobs with the food cooking. There's a skull in that one. There's a brain here. There's a knife sticking up above this skull here on this. And once again, we had to work out the dimensions. We had to cut all the wood. I had to do it all, and I did do it all, except for Scylla coming and helping me with a little bit. Now I can move this staircase. I'll just move it. I put those vine leaves on last night and that little pot down the bottom. So the lounge room, I made the mummy out of clay. The lounges were made out of the foam that the house box came with, and the single chair over here. These corner shelves are, once again, the bits out of the top windows. Then the fireplace. I love this fireplace. It was actually one of the arch cutouts of the house, and I put cardboard over the side. I broke up bits of egg carton to make it have that ripply effect in the cardboard, and put gap filler and laid all the egg carton into it, put cardboard either side and on the top, and ran the lights up and around and in through the fireplace. And the little coffee table there, just the skulls and the plastic on top. Sorry, I'm bending over. The little wood box here, that's another little fake box that covers a battery pack, and with that bit of wood on the other side I can turn the lights on and off there without having to lift up that battery pack. So guys, this is my house that I made all by myself, worked out every single dimension, worked out everything for it, and I tell you, I am so proud of it. You know, this is what I mean, guys. Don't ever give up. If I can do these crazy things, you guys can do anything. I know you can. Please have faith in yourself. Work out your way, and you'll be able to do amazing things. The only way I could do all of this was with my arms in, like I've shown you before. I don't know if I'm in the camera, sorry. My arms in up to my wrists, and then my hands on the table. All I had to contend with was my shaky fingers. And that's how I was able to make all of this. I've made it all on live so that no one can say, oh, you faked that, you didn't make that. Yes, I did, and I am so proud of it. It only took 6 weeks to make. 6 weeks, not every day, sometimes once a day live for an hour and a half or 2 hours, other times twice a day live for an hour and a half or 2 hours. But not every day of those 6 weeks, and I am so proud of it. Don't ever give up, guys. I love you all. Take care. Have faith in yourself. Work out your way, and you'll be able to do it. I know you will.